Hey guys, Chris from 3 Day Weekend. Doing something a little bit different today. I want to do a time lapse of an engine rebuild. This is the motor out of my truck. It's an '06 Ram. It's got a 5.9 Cummins. Long story short, there was a tuning issue. We ended up burning number 4 cylinder. Cracked the piston right in half actually, so I had to pull the motor and get that rebuilt. I didn't do a time lapse of taking the motor out, which I really wish I did, but I have a good time lapse of putting it back in, putting it all together, and I have the first fire up. So here's the time lapse. I'm in pretty deep this time. Just went down to the machine shop, picked up this here's 5.9 Cummins. And I've never done it before, but I want to paint it. See how it turns out. I got all kinds of paint, went with dupe color, they're down there. Going with a dark gray, that color there. So I got primer, I got the gray, got the clear coat. I also got black. I was painting some of these parts here, engine mounts, what's not. Turned out pretty good. Look alright. And right over the rubber. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But here she is, long awaited. Got all new pistons, went 20 over on everything. And then number 4 has a sleeve in it. Couldn't quite get it out, so one sleeve. But it should be fine. So I'm gonna open it up and get it all prepped, cleaned up nice and good, and start cleaning it. We'll see how it goes. There it is, ready for painting. It may not be pretty, but it should be effective. Decide we're not going to paint this part. It's so shiny. I never drive my truck in the winter, so it doesn't see salt. It should say shiny. But she's all ready. I'm gonna grab the first can of primer and get started. It's done. 3 coats primer, 3 coats paint, 3 coats clear. Followed the instructions. I'm pretty happy with that color. That's pretty cool. Unique. I don't see any runs or any drips. I think this is going to turn out pretty good. So it's supposed to dry up pretty fast, but it's been raining all day, so the humidity is really high today. So I'm going to crank on the furnace, even though it's the middle of August. It only goes up to 86 degrees, but I'm going to turn that on, get the fans running, maybe help this dry up, because installation is tomorrow. Oh man, this is going to look nice. I'm liking it. Alright, well that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Sorry it's been so long. I haven't done some intros. I haven't done an intro since the first day. Today is day 4 of putting it back together. It's kicking my butt, but we're getting there. As you've seen, as you can see, engine is back in, getting to the point where everything's connected. The radiators are all in. I just filled it with coolant, filled it with oil. I got a couple bent push rods, I'll show you those. Cylinders 1 and 2. They weren't seated right. My fault, bent them pretty good. New one should be in tomorrow. All the wiring, fuel lines, all that's right back where it's supposed to be. I feel pretty good about that. Interior, was just doing the interior. Put the shifter back in, center console, all that's ready to go. So we are close to firing it up for the first time. See if anything's going on. It's full of coolant. Nothing dripping so far. That's a good sign. I'm not going to prime the fuel system yet because I don't have the gasket with the wiring for the injectors in. I want it to throw a code for that right away. I want it to start up with no check engine light would be ideal, but we'll see. Let me show you these push rods over here. I bent that one pretty good there. This one a little bit. These are supposed to sit and the tappet's down in the bottom and they weren't quite sitting in there. I thought that they were. I know they were when I first put them in, but I must have bumped them while I was working on something else. So they were sitting up out of that cup down there. I applied my torque and they bent. So dealership's got 12 more coming in. I figure I'll put 2 of them in right now, run it, make sure nothing else is going on. And maybe over the winter I'll take out the rest and replace them or just hang on to them for spares, I don't know. So there it is. I should have kept track of my time. This is crazy. Definitely was easier to get it out. So it's late. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home for the day. Tomorrow we'll set up some cameras and fire it up for the first time. See what happens. Oh my gosh, we did it. We built a Cummins. So that ends the time lapse of that rebuild. I hope you like it. I always enjoy watching time lapses of stuff. Just an update on the truck. I've got about 1,000 miles on that engine. Done some heavy towing with the camper and everything. So far so good. A little bit of an oil leak I was working on. I think I've got that all squared away. And then the valves, I hear a little bit of rattle, which will be from the new push rods. So I just got to set the valve lash next spring when I get the truck back out. But running like a champ, worked out well. Very happy with the results. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to like and subscribe, because we'll just keep doing them. All right, take care. We'll see you next time.